Hey, it's Joe B. I'm here with the Mustang. It's May 2016. I'm still working on some stuff. This video is going to be about the door and the alignment and the hinges. So with this 1970 Mustang, I want to show you some things. My door was not really lined up correctly to begin with. And on my hinges, I had down here, you've got two. You've got this top one, this big guy, and you've got a bottom one. And you'll see that on most cars. My bottom one was kind of broken. It was making a clicking noise and the door was wobbling a little bit when you would open it and close it. So I bought a new one and I put it in, and the door wasn't quite lined up since. Not that it was very lined up to begin with. Here's a better shot, a better view of what's going on in here. So after I put the piece in, I of course didn't stick tape or even mark it with a Sharpie. What I should have done is put tape up here and down here, or maybe just Sharpied it so that I would have known where the positioning of the hinge was before I replaced it. I saw another trick also one time when they were doing a paint job where after the door was lined up right, the guys drilled right here with a little baby drill bit. Maybe two. I think they put two pins in. They put pins like right here, or like right here and right here, and that way the two pins, when you would just slip toothpicks in there, would keep it lined up. So I should have done that, like right here and right here. That would have been good, but I did not. So now I am in the situation of having to line up the door, and I'm looking at places like here where it had touched, and I'm looking at, let's see, down here. Can you see down here? Look at it down here where it's sticking out just a little bit. Now I don't know if that's the door itself or if it could be aligned a little more, because I have pushed this in. The other part that never quite lined up right is the alignment here. See, the door is in a little bit farther than the quarter panel is. But then when you look down here, it starts to line up a little better. And the reasoning for that is the top of the door needs to come out. And to do that, you have to adjust over here. And the adjustments on the door are as follows. If you loosen up this top bracket, which is here and here, these two bolts, then the door can be pushed in and out. But of course, if this comes out and your striker plate is still installed, let's take a look. What I mean by that is if you still got this guy on, then if the top of the door comes out, the bottom has to have a little bit somewhere to go. So you probably have to undo. You got to loosen up these bolts. 1 and 2 down here, so that you have a little bit of play, because the door is going to be like this on the striker plate. Now if the door isn't lined up as far as it's too high or it's too low, then you can get a little bit of an adjustment out of these for up and down, but you also can't forget about 1, 2, 3 here. Loosen those up and you can go up and down. And then 1, 2, 3 here, loosen up and down. Now the access to these makes it significantly, like exponentially easier to align the door, because I've taken the fender off. So if you look here, there's my wheel, spring and all that. I've pulled off the whole fender. I'm doing a little bit of work. I'm trying to line up the fender correctly. So right now what I'm doing in order to try and address this issue, and actually, here, let's look top down. See that? See that right there? I don't like that. Now, I'm trying not to be too much of a perfectionist, but you want your door to be pretty well lined up as possible. I've seen guys use popsicle sticks as the gap, the measurement for a gap. I don't plan on tinkering with the spacing as far as like adding material or grinding anything down. I definitely won't be taking anything off the door, But there isn't a reason for me to have to go to that kind of extent. But I will definitely be banging on this. I've already got the impact wrench, and I have been hammering on it to try and loosen these two screws. They come in on all the way around here. Let's follow me. They come all the way around on the inside in here. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a couple of Phillips screws, really big. Loosen those up, and you can adjust the whole striker piece here. The deal with that is if my door closes and latches on, this is latched onto by my door latch, like so, and it's still too far in, then my striker is not in the correct spot. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to pull off the striker. I'll probably get a little bit of help here to hold the door, or some way of keeping the door in place, while I go over here and work on the alignment, in, out, and then of course up and down. So those are the alignments on these old doors. Very flexible, a lot of options here, but you just have to get the right combination. And this is going to be really important because this is going to show up even more once I get paint. Once I get some paint on here, everything is going to pop out like a sore thumb. So it's important for me to get this lined up now so that I'm not trying to mess with this door and risk cracking or scratching the nice new paint and clear. Also, if I do get this door lined up while it's in primer, I can do the trick where I drill the two little holes for the toothpicks and then just pull the whole door off so I can correctly and properly do all of the door jamb area. I can put this thing on a horse, get it all blocked correctly so that there's nothing going on, because I do have that area there I got to check real carefully with some block and some guide. So that's what I'm working on as far as the door alignment goes. Once the door is lined up, then I throw the fender on and continue on lining up the whole front, because everything starts with the rear quarters and it works its way up. So this is Joe B with the Mog 1 trying to align the doors. I'll see you later.